Hey, what's up? It's Eli Doyle. We're back with another episode. I believe this is episode 2 of the Pick Fiend podcast. It is Thursday, February 10th at the time of recording. I'm going to try to get this out tomorrow, hopefully by like 5-ish. Hopefully, we'll see. Don't want to put a time on it. Whatever, just did. Anyway, yeah, we're going to talk trade deadline. Today was the trade deadline. I think it was at 3 o'clock, maybe 4. Don't quote me on that. 3, 4 o'clock sometime today. It closed. There were some predicted moves, some unpredicted moves. We'll see. We'll jump into it. I'm going to cover that myself. You're going to have to bear with me. But then we're going to jump into the Super Bowl. I'm going to give my thoughts, maybe a couple picks or two. Richie Benz is going to be on. He's going to give his thoughts, a couple picks. It was a good conversation, honestly, it was. I already recorded it. It'll be after this. But right now, I'm going to cover basketball myself. Like I said, bear with me. We're going to jump right into it. The only, careless trade, as in anybody can care less, trade that happened today, the Dallas Mavericks shipped Kristaps Porzingis to Washington Wizards for Spencer Dinwiddie. I guess Dinwiddie might have had locker room problems. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I think I read it somewhere on Twitter. It's a good source. Anyway, besides that, Kristaps obviously needed to be moved, so it sounds like it was probably needed to happen on both sides. But yeah, then the real trades. Boston moved Dennis Schroeder. They sent him to Houston. Dennis really didn't fit there too well. They weren't paying him a whole lot. Easy, probably contract to move. They brought back a role player blast from the past, Daniel Tice. The Celtics will use him. They'll get minutes out of him. It'll be mutual, good relationship. They're probably going to either cut Al Horford, I guess, or move him. I guess they can't move him and trade him now, but he's probably going down, Tice going up, kind of thing. Anyway, then Boston also acquired Derek White from the Spurs, and another good deal for them. Another guy that they're going to use well. They sent Josh Richardson to San Antonio. Surprisingly, I think that's an okay move. Pop, defensive guy, Josh Richardson. Pop, it'll probably work. For what they need, I guess. I mean, not what they need, but he's there now, so it's gonna work, right? Anyway, then we had a big 3-team trade go down. It was Detroit ended up grabbing Marvin Bagley III. Good move. Detroit's trying to get some guns, some young guns, like Cade Cunningham up there. He's pretty good. Gotta get some guys around him though. Anyway, Sacramento pulling in a haul of role player guys, upper tier role player guys. Dante DiVincenzo, the former Buck. Then they got Josh Jackson and Trey Lyles too. But speaking of the Bucks, the big winner, I believe, of the trade, they got a guy that's been around forever, pretty much done it all. NBA champion, NBA All-Star, former NBA All-Star. He definitely had to make some top tier NBA, statistics categories, defensively, blocks, maybe, rebounds, I'm sure. Serge Ibaka is now in Milwaukee. That's pretty big for the defending champions to move. I mean, for a piece for them to acquire. I mean, obviously Giannis, Middleton there. But to get another veteran in there, you add that to an already championship caliber kind of team. They won the chip. They're reigning champions. So to add that, awesome. I mean, not awesome for me as a Sixers fan in the East, but awesome for them. Good move. But awesome for me as a Sixers fan was the big trade of the week, a predicted trade, I guess. Ben Simmons, get out of town. He's gone. I mean, I've heard a lot of people trying to spin the narrative already that Ben Simmons is good. I mean, here's the problem. It's not that Ben Simmons isn't athletic or anything. He can't play basketball because he can, obviously. It's he doesn't fit the modern game. Like, how many guys do you know that play basketball that just don't have a sense of like a shot? Not even like a shot. It's not even that far. It's like I don't know. It's just like infuriating. What is exactly like what he doesn't like fit the modern. Like, here's the thing: if he was playing like Michael Jordan era basketball, obviously not Michael Jordan, but like he's probably up there because he's so good at like playing that interior, maybe even the tier below Michael Jordan, like the years right before, like 70s, 60s basketball, 60s. Huh? Anyway, I'm getting off track here. Anyway, Ben Simmons, the narrative has always been the same. Ben Simmons, he doesn't take the shot. He doesn't have the awareness of the game, whatever. He doesn't take the shot. He just never has been, whether it's mental or not. Speaking of mental, I already read that he's traveling on the first freaking like series this week with the team. For a guy that had, you know, mental health issues that he needed to sort out off the basketball court, which was his excuse when he after he got sent home from practice. Like what a kick in the nuts to mental health people. But anyway, you know, Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond for James Harden and Paul Millsap. Obviously, the Sixers had to throw some picks in there and stuff, but ultimately, I read James Harden opted into his player option, which guarantees him, another season. I mean, not necessarily they can move his contract, they can release him, but yeah, he's coming back to the Sixers for the next year, which is big. Obviously that was a big part of his getting traded at the deadline situation here. Was obviously you don't want to send a bag, so to say, for a guy that might not even be on your team next year. Like, that's a bad investment. That's a bad business move as a franchise. But yeah, Seth Curry, as a Philadelphia Sixers fan, loves Seth Curry. Honestly, he didn't play well down this recent stretch shooting wise, but like I love the idea of Seth Curry. Put it that way. He bringing him to Philly, I'd say it was 50% like mutual fans to him. Andre Drummond, maybe not the same. Definitely gave us quality minutes as a Sixers fan. Like, I appreciate what Andre Drummond did. I think they're getting Paul Millsap. I read that some places, not everywhere reported that. Whatever. If we get Paul Millsap, that's a good guy, veteran guy to put behind Embiid when he needs a minute, when he needs a win or two. He's not. I get it. He's not, Embiid by any means necessary, but he can play the floor at least. So maybe 2 fours on the floor, whatever. I don't know. Not a basketball guy. We'll figure it out. Anyway, yeah, I just couldn't understand the whole like Ben Simmons. I mean, I think the Nets will do well because KD is the best player in the league right now. So, and Kyrie's good when he plays, obviously. But if Seth Curry's like in their lineup, I don't see, like, that's how I felt about the Sixers. That's why I felt the Sixers need to move on from him. He would be a great, like, first guard off the bench. Pristine. I just don't think any team with Seth Curry is, championship material. I love to snip this out, this clip, and remind me of this when the Nets ultimately win the NBA championship this year. But anyway, besides that, I really don't believe that any team with Seth Curry is championship material in the starting lineup, of course. Great role player, A+ role player off the bench, just not the guy. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Is he? I don't even know if he's like hot and cold necessarily, or if he's just like, it's not streaky either. It's just like he just doesn't hit the shot when he need it, and that's okay because some guys just aren't like that. But that's what Philly needed. Honestly, people don't understand. Philly fans will get this, but like other people don't understand like what it's been like to play in the league of like the shooter. This is like not the Seth Curry era, the Steph Curry era, of where everybody can shoot the three. And Jesus Christ, Embiid 7 foot, whatever, and out there and can pull the three. And it is what it is. Even Giannis has developed some sort of a shot now. Like you've had to adapt, and that's what Ben didn't do. and ultimately we pull the shooter with James Harden, whether it's only going to be whether he is still top 5 scorer James Harden or he's only top 10 scorer James Harden. I don't care. Like that's an awesome guy to put next to Joel Embiid, and I don't know how people can not see that, but it is what it is. I hope you were able to bear with me through this segment. But now we're going to get into a segment that I really enjoyed talking about, and that was the Super Bowl. And honestly, I took some good bets away from our conversation, my conversation with Richie Benz. Some stuff I really think I'm going to bet, so I hope you tune in here in a couple seconds. All right, so we're going to talk some NFL football, specifically the Super Bowl now. Got on my good buddy Richie Benz of the Book It podcast with his co-star over there, Alex Everly. He's going to come down and give us some heads up on what we should be looking for in the Super Bowl. But first, before we get into the bets, let's just talk over the game. Let's just get it out there. All right, so we have the Bengals playing the Rams. It's essentially, a home game for the Rams. It's in their own city and stadium, but their fans don't exactly, take over like it would if it was in Seattle or Dallas or somewhere, crazy. So obviously no home game, no home, field factor. But they do have to go to LA, one side of the country. That doesn't really affect anything in my mind. They've been out there for like a week, but I cannot wait for this game. Like I just cannot wait for this game.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm really pumped for this game too. Everyone wants to see the Chiefs versus the Rams, but I just think Joe Burrow versus Stafford, it's going to be just a showdown.
Yeah, same kind of thing. I think people are dying for. That's football nowadays, right? Like we want to see the big arms. We want to see them air it out and stuff. But so I guess my question would be, how do you think this game is gonna go, and not in the sense of betting, like just in the sense of what's gonna happen in this game? Like for me, I see the big trend right now is everybody thinks it's gonna be a shootout. Okay, everybody thinks scoring touchdowns, kicking field goals left and right. The thing I keep seeing, I think it's going to be a one-sided affair in the sense of one team is going to go down the field and score every time, and the other team's going to be playing catch-up. But you go ahead and you tell me what you think in terms of how this game's going to go.
Oh, buddy. I really think the Rams at home are going to win this game. I win this game by 14 or more points. Honestly, I just don't see Darnold walking off that field with an L, Like
who are you talking? Who you say? You're saying Stafford?
No, not Stafford. Aaron Donald.
Oh! I thought you meant Sam Darnold. I was going to say, what are you talking about?
Darnold, man.
No. But I do see that. I watched every second of that last game when he was every play there in the backfield. He's walking over the sideline saying, "Give me the ring." He wants it. And honestly, like that is a thing. Like, what else does he have left to really put on his resume? He's like a 5-time Defensive Player of the Year, All Pro every year, Pro Bowl. Like, it's a Super Bowl ring, really.
Yeah, he's just not going to walk off this field, man, without that ring. I'll tell you that right now. He is gonna. He might be the MVP of this game, really.
So talking about the defensive line and the upfront in the box defense of the Rams. Is that the elephant in the room? The Bengals offensive line. Yeah, they beat the Titans, but Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times in the game. Like if you in my head. In my brain, this is how I think. If you got sacked 9 times, you still won the game. You probably should have won that game in a rout. It shouldn't have even been close. It shouldn't have came down to Joe Burrow throwing one 30-yard pass to put them in field goal range or whatever at the end to kick it. It shouldn't have even came down to McPherson, Shooter going out for that field goal. Like it really shouldn't have. If they could protect their quarterback, it might have been a bloodbath in their hands. But I think the Rams, yeah, I think that's the obvious. I think that's the elephant in the room. Von Miller, Aaron Donald, who's the other? They have another monster outside that gets.
Let's not forget about Ramsey, dude. Shadowing Chase.
Oh, wait, he's the best. He's the best single man corner in the league.
He's gonna be shadowing him, dude. So,
I'll give one thing. I'll give the Bengals is their I don't know if they're deep at receiver and stuff, but they got like three solids. Like that's the thing. Like there's a difference in my mind between being deep and having like three go-to guys, and it seems like they really have like three. And not even that, I saw Usama's back, the tight end. He had a fantastic year for them. I saw he was ripping the knee brace off and spiking it and everything, and he's ready to go, man. So I if this offensive line can find a way to, put up with the front in the box, like it's going to be a game. It certainly is going to be a game. But like you said, with Rams in a rout, I think that is a very possible outcome because of how dominant the Rams defense is. Like, I don't know if the Bengals, I mean, here's the thing I see. Okay, so he's had to see TJ Watt, twice a year, feels like this year. Myles Garrett, Joe Burrow obviously has his finger on the pulse of the pass rush and stuff. You know what I mean? Like he people think he's dumb because he takes all the hits and stuff, but that's just like, he's a competitor, man. Like he just, and like people are like, he just takes all the hits. This isn't something new. Like, if you followed him in college, like that was one of the biggest things about LSU. People like to say it's his breaking point or whatever, when whatever linebacker hit him, clobbered him in like mini camp, and he was like laying there's that TikTok and all the crap about it. But anyway, Joe Burrow is, in my mind, not someone to
mess with.
Not even that. It's like, I don't want to scheme for Joe Burrow defensively, because you don't know. He's a crazy guy. Like, he's standing in the pocket, gonna take the hits, gonna stay in there as long as possible, try to deliver that throw when his guys get open. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess the smart thing would be like, oh, let's put all the pressure on him in the world. But like I said, he's gonna stand in there. He knows his offensive line stinks, but he's gonna stand in there and take it.
The Rams, dude, they're veterans though on defense. They got Weddle, man. They just picked up Weddle, I mean, and
another part of that story of like why I guess people want the Rams to win so much. Like, that guy, Eric Weddle, he's been retired for like 2 years now. He's saying he was sitting on a beach like a month ago.
Yeah. He just come back, win a Super Bowl.
You got to have some serious drive. And I mean, he was the leading tackler and he had the most tackles in that, and he made some big tackles. And I heard him talking about how, this is it. Like, there's no more coming back after this. Like, he's just throwing his body around every play because if he gets hurt, they're not deep, but like in his mind, he's not looking to play another year. You know what I mean? He doesn't need that longevity factor. That's scary, because when you have a guy going balls out like Joe Burrow, I love Joe Burrow, but I don't think Joe Burrow is put his whole career on this game like, a guy like Eric Weddle is.
Oh, he might do. Joe Burrow. I've seen Joe Burrow do some
and he's
things,
crazy,
man.
So he might. Yeah, no, he's crazy, so he very well, might. But I don't know. I am feeling like I'm leaning towards the Rams, but I want the Bengals to win. Like, in my mind, I want Joe Burrow. I want Joe Burrow to be the next Tom Brady in my mind. I want him to build this dynasty. I want him to, I want him and Jamar to just be like, I don't know. I want them to be the next Aaron and Devontae or whatever, you know what I mean? Cup and Stafford. Like, I want that to be a legitimate thing. I want that to be someone, a group that you're scared, like you have to game plan for every week. And I mean, people should. I mean, Jamar had a crazy year.
I think the only way the Cincy wins, dude, is honestly if Joe Mixon gets going. If he can get going, dude, this team has a fighting chance. And their defense plays semi-good,
Yeah,
because I mean they got Higgins, Boyd, and they're there too.
Bengals defense underrated, honestly. They probably have the best secondary from starters from every position. Like, I mean, maybe not corners. Obviously, like Ramsey's a great single corner by himself, but I'm talking everything. They honestly have the best safety combination in the league. I hope anybody could at me if they wanted to argue about that, because
Eli Apple.
Hey, all right. Listen, he's a depth guy, first of all, but second of all, he's like, So he does get a bunch of plays put on his dome, I guess, sometimes here and there. But like, it's like that AFC Championship game, he made that huge tackle on the goal line, one-on-one with Edwards-Helaire, whoever it was, McKinnon. It was one of the two.
It was Hill. Yeah, it was Hill. Yep.
Was it Tyreek? Oh, that's even crazier.
On the side, yeah.
It's even crazier.
Him. But yeah, I mean, last time these guys faced, it was 24-10 Rams. I mean, so their defense showed up and they won. It was so.
And it is. I mean, we've seen it. Obviously, it happens in the league all the time. But it is hard to beat a team twice. Like you don't exactly. Like these head coaches are like-minded from the sense of they're offensive guys. They both came from the Shanahan system. They were actually both in Washington at the same time. McVay was the tight end coach, and I think Zach Taylor was a quality control guy at the time. But I mean, I don't know how many people really expect, and they're both X factors in this game. Let's not get it wrong. McVay and Taylor, they're just as much X factors for their team as because and honestly, honestly, one of the things is too, like I think this comes with success, but having a good play caller that's right in tune and right in your ear of the quarterback like that, like there has to be some kind of some parallel there between that and being successful, But no, I mean, who expected Zach Taylor to still be there? I mean, the guy won like 4 games in like 2 years there. Like, who expected them to be in the Super Bowl? Who expected any of it? Joe Burrow.
I think no one expected.
Yeah, I mean, with the leg injury last year and stuff, and people saying they should have drafted Sewell or Slater over Jamar. And, it is what it is at this point now. They're here. We can't change it now. But at the end of the day, I am just hoping to get a freaking fantastic game. And I want to see everything. I want to see some offense. I want to see the big passes. I want to see the big runs. I want to see big plays on defense. I want the drama. Give it to me. I want it all.
Hey, no Tom Brady in the Super Bowl either. This is the first time. Yeah. Like a good time.
No Tom Brady in NFC AFC Championship. I mean, we're living in unprecedented times. I mean, not saying that the league isn't like the league's in a good spot. Obviously the Burrows and the Pat Mahomes and the Josh Allen, the Chiefs the Chiefs Bills game alone was just craziness. And that's what I want this game. That's what I want out of this game. I want this to come down to, I want this to be a full game of fight, back and forth. I want this to come down to the final seconds. I want there to be big plays. I want there to be defense. I want everything, No,
I want Rams. But I want Rams by 14 or more, buddy. I need Cooper Kupp.
All right. Well, obviously you're itching to get into the bed, so let's just do it then. Just where do you want to start? Touchdown scorers? You got any?
Let's talk about the Rams minus 4.5. Let's see. Who you like? What do you like there?
I'm telling you, I don't like any lines in this game. It's not that I like Cincy. If I'm gonna take points. Like if I'm gonna bet points, I like to take the points in this because I'm feeling the shootout factor of the game. Obviously, that's probably the stooge play. Like everybody and their mom's probably on that. But that's what I want out of the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So I would probably take the points, but I'm not gonna because I don't even know what it is, but I'm taking the over. Okay, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people are coming out here saying under, because, and especially what you said about the 24-10 finish last time they played. No, I want over. I'm manifesting over. Give me the points. Give me a 50-point game. I want this to be like not that the Simpsons are right or anything, but I want this to be I want this to be a 24-21 or some 28-24. I want this to be a high scoring game. I want this to, I want there to be some points out of value here.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that. I just don't know what's gonna happen because this is literally a veteran team versus a very young team. I mean,
that's the thing. It's there is no like precedent for this. Like we haven't seen this Super Bowl in a while.
Like we don't have like Mahomes versus Josh Allen, where it's going to be a shootout. Like both these guys can go off. Like this can be like like Stafford can be off how he usually is at the beginning.
I mean, arguably we've seen some of that from both these teams. Just recently, I mean, they. Not Mahomes. Burrow had to make that big throw to put them in field goal range to ultimately get over the Titans. And the Rams have done it a couple times this year. I mean, they did it to the Bucs. Stafford threw that rocket at the end of the game to Cooper Kupp to put them in.
Nice little whatever. 2 throws, bang, bang, field goal, kick.
Yep, like I said, man, I do think I like the idea that we don't know what's going on here, that we really don't. Like, because I mean, you could say that about every game, but like here we really don't. Like there is no precedent for it.
Yeah.
So what do you got? Like what do you want to do? You want to do like you want to go to like prop bets like Gatorade and coin tosses, or you want to stick with the game right now? You give it to me. I'm ready.
Well, yeah, let's go to heads or tails. What do you think?
Tails.
What do you think?
Not even a second thought in my
Tails
mind.
never fails. Or
if
what?
I had $1 million right now, it'd be on tails.
No, I don't know, man. I got to think about it for a little bit. I might go best side 3, flip a coin by myself, and see what happens. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, this is. All team sports from an extent are 50%, but this is like the most 50% bet you could get.
flip a coin.
Yeah. And then we have the Gatorade too. Like people love betting on the Gatorade. Obviously, that's not 50% because you could have a mixture of different things. Are you a believer in that? Like in the sense of will you actually wager money on like because the coin toss is one thing. Like there's actually legitimacy going. Like
Yeah.
Who knows what's going on with this? Who knows? Like nobody pays attention to the Gatorade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And who knows if it's even Gatorade? It could be water sometimes. Who knows? I don't know.
This is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the Rams win. I think it's gonna like match like kind of their colors, like that yellow,
blue or yellow. That's what I was thinking. Like light. I was either thinking
something light, like
see,
light
they don't
yellow,
make.
man.
I don't. I mean, I could be wrong, but I've never seen like really light blue Gatorade or Powerade or anything. So I don't think that's it. But yellow, that's a good one. I always find myself with red. I don't know why. I just always find myself at red. This year, I'm feeling crazy though. I don't know what you call. Is it no? I'm feeling white, and I don't even know if white's it. Like it was once. I don't even know is it white or clear. I don't know what you call it. Gray. Like I don't know what you call it. But that color, eggshell, whatever. I don't care. But white, clear, something like that. That's what I'm feeling for this.
What is that plus like 60,000 white? I've never seen.
I think it's happened. I think it's happened. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've had maybe not white, but like clear or something like
clear,
or water even. Like it's happened before. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you could get water on most sports books.
I'm gonna say yellow. What's your
yellow?
What's your go? What do you think?
My official. We'll go red. We'll go red for official just because. Yeah, I'm feeling a Bengals win, but they ran out of orange.
That's good.
So let's jump over to. Yeah, do you have any more like dummy prop bets like that, like Gatorades or I guess national anthem? Do you bet that?
Oh no, I don't. What even is
See,
it?
that's a cheap one. That's a cheap. I don't even know who's singing it this year, but that's a cheap one in my mind because every year you get the people standing outside the stadium trying to like time it on their iPhone while they're practicing, and it's never. It's it's somebody physically like doing a motion. It's never exactly like the time again, but it is what it is. I don't normally bet on this one, but. I mean, I think you have to bet like over under a minute or something like that. If I'm familiar with it,
can I even find that on BetMGM? Like, do they even have it on some sports? Like, they don't even have it on.
I'm like 90% sure DraftKings had it last year for. I think it was like over under a minute and a half or something. Yeah. I could be wrong, but DraftKings or FanDuel, one of them had it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Just like the coin toss and other, the other malarkey. But you're not into this one.
I would take the under, whatever it is, just because I think it's going to be a little quicker.
It's fair. Yeah, it's fair.
Just because.
Yeah.
I love these bets though.
So do I. I love it's great to bet on stuff that's not like physical sports sometimes, or cards or anything like that, obviously. But let's jump into the player side of the game. Do you have anything like? Do you have touchdown scores? Do you have over under yards, receptions, passing yards, or rushing, anything that we should be looking at here?
Buddy, I'm all over Cooper Kupp, okay? I'm going to go 2+ touchdowns in Cooper Kupp. I'm going over receiving yards Cooper Kupp. To see the over receiving yards Cooper Kupp, it's like over 105, but the odds are bad. It's like minus 145. Like, isn't that like they're like
that is crazy. That is crazy for a guy to go. Honestly, that's a sucker bet like against it. That's like because I'm sure whatever the against is probably like plus 190, 210, something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure people are flocking to that like crazy.
I'm probably not going to touch that, man. I think that 2+ touchdowns. I'm going to go 1 and 2+ touchdowns for Cooper Kupp. That's like one of the things I'm really going to touch.
I have. I think I said on that last week's episode that I'm taking. Oh, I think I said Cup and Jamar Chase in whatever I can do, like parlay them together or bet them singles. I don't care, but because that's how my brain thinks about every football game. It's just like who are the two primary scorers of this team, and let's put them together.
Yeah.
But no, I think I'll probably bet a Cooper Kupp touchdown. Jonathan Taylor were like the ride of the year. That's where I was at. I am 100% in my heart of hearts going to bet an interception somewhere. I don't know where or how I'm going to find it. It's always in there, But I don't know, and I don't know who. Burrow, Stafford, one of them are going to do it. I don't know. It's going to happen. But one of them are definitely going to, and they both might throw a pick. I don't know. They're like I said, they're going to. I'm looking for them both to air it out a lot today. So, or well, not today, but the Super Bowl.
Yeah, today.
So, like I respect both of these secondaries. Obviously, one of them has the best cover corner in the league with Jalen Ramsey, and then the other one has arguably the two best safeties in the league, along with depth at corner. So it should be interesting there. And I'm not far opposed to betting the running backs to score too at all. Like I would not be very far. Cam Akers or Joe Mixon in my mind. Both. Joe
Mixon, yep.
I mean, that's a given in any football game for me. It's like when Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, when they ask him, how do you score so easily in the red zone? And he like shrugs his shoulders and says, run the ball. Like, I mean, that should be top of everybody's list almost in my mind. You should be looking at the running backs to score. But,
unless you're the Seahawks. Oh my God. Marshawn Lynch. Just throw it.
Yeah. We're on the 1 yard line. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so I'm definitely looking at the running backs. Mixon more than Akers because he plays more of granted the injury and everything that happened, but he plays more of a rotational backfield. That P Ryan guy gets touches and stuff here and there in Cincinnati, but he's not nearly as much involved in the offense as as Sony Michel or I can't remember that other guy's name that's out
Akers.
there. Darnell. That's what I was thinking of. Henderson, their other running back, the guy that started at the beginning of the year for Akers.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, dude.
Yeah, he did play most of their season, like half with Sony Michel splitting reps. But now that Cam's been back, it seems like it's been the Cam Akers, and it arguably has been the Cam Akers shit. Besides that coincidence fumble when he hit his head was on the ground, Besides that, it's really the Cam Akers show on turf. Out of the backfield there. And it's amazing that he does so much having Odell and Cooper Kupp there too.
Yeah, even Higbee, man. I
think he got hurt. I think he's done for the year. I think I'd have to look into that, but I'm pretty sure he was a little more messed up than
banged up,
Uzama. And Uzama, from what I read, is barely, ready to go. Like if there wasn't one more game in the season, he probably wouldn't be playing.
No.
So,
what do you think about the first touchdown score?
Oh, dude,
I love those.
I'll tell you who is my sick pleasure of betting first touchdown score, especially in Rams games. It's Odell. Ever since they got him, I bet him I think it's hit like once or twice, but like I feel like if I'm gonna bet first touchdown scorer on the Rams, I always bet Odell. I find myself, but I would be opposed to going with a Bengals guy. I think whoever gets the ball first is gonna score.
Yeah, I
think that's the tempo of the game we're getting. So I would if you could bet. I'm sure. I know like DraftKings does it. FanDuel's done it a couple times. If there is a promo out there for like plus 215 first drive score. Just bet there to be a touchdown first drive. I'm taking that to the house. You know what I mean? Because I do think that there is going to be a tempo set.
I think there's going to be some nerves down this game. I mean, it's a Super Bowl, and this is the first time. First time both these quarterbacks in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it'll be. I don't think it'll be crazy. I think it'll be like we'll sense the nerves early, but I think by halftime, man. Well, first of all, the real Joe Cool out there in Cincinnati, he doesn't give a shit about anything where he's at. He's played in bigger games than this. I mean, maybe not technically,
Whoa, buddy, Super Bowl.
yeah, but I mean, hey, I mean, SEC championships, national championships, it all, it adds up, man. You get your, I get it. It's not the same exact stage, but I mean, you've been to plenty of Penn State whiteout games.
Crazy.
That's just the same. That's basically the same environment of going to an SEC game. You know what I mean? And then I can only imagine national championship. And even Matthew Stafford. While Stafford may not have ever been in a game this big, especially recent, there's other guys in the Rams. There's a lot of guys in the Rams that were still here from just a couple years ago when they were seeing Tom in the Super Bowl with Jared Goff at quarterback.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be okay. And there's other, like, they got vets everywhere. I mean, what's his name? The Whitworth, that tackle on the offense.
Yeah.
He's 30, 39, 40 years old. I mean, he's been around forever. What real, experience has he not been a part of in the world of the NFL football, league and stuff? Like, what experience hasn't he been a part of, maybe besides the Super Bowl? Like, I mean, I feel like they've done everything. They have guys, they have it. Like, it's not like, in my mind, maybe the Bengals are the team that's very unexperienced on paper, but I mean, they have guys that have been around. Even same sense. I mean, Hendrickson was on a good Saints team for a couple years. Mike Hilton was on good Steelers teams for years. You know what I mean? Like, there is experience to go around a couple places. Maybe not exactly playoff Super Bowl experience, but big game pressure scenario experience.
Yeah, I think for first touchdown, I'm gonna go with Cup and Akers, just two on the same side to give me better odds.
So are you, like, hedging yourself into that? Like, you're expecting to lose one of them? I take it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Better odds.
That's fine.
If I'm gonna take one from each team, I mean, then there anyone can. That one guy might not score. That better chances on the one side than the other.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Is there anything else here, like, bet wise, you think you need to throw? Is there something that, like, sticks out that everybody and their mother should be on?
Man, I don't know what to expect. I mean, Super Bowl, man, there's just so much that's going to be going on. They're like, and the nerves in this game. You don't know what to expect sometimes. I mean, the Rams are at home, so you do expect the Rams to win. Like, the only, like, confident actually bet amongst, I think the Rams are going to win, is money line, but it's minus 200. So you got to look at that too. Like, everyone is betting the Rams. It's minus 4 in a Super Bowl. It was minus 4.5. That's actually huge, man. Like, I've never seen a Super Bowl over 3.5, 3 points.
Yeah.
Like, they're saying the Rams are going to win this game.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think the unpredictableness of this game is what makes it so exciting.
Yeah.
I'll probably sleep like 4 hours the night before, just because that's how much of a nerd I am. Like, I'll be ready. So
yeah, man. I'm ready right now, but I'm ready to go run some laps, and I'm ready to run some routes, dude.
I feel that.
The most watched game.
Is there anything that you think, anything that we should be expecting here before we wrap up? Is there that one thought you want to put out there that you should be stressing?
I'm really stressing this one bet I have. I have Cooper Kupp. I have it right here to my left here. The odds plus 6,600. I bet this 5 weeks ago. I put $40 on it. One player to be the MVP of the Super Bowl to win 2,680. Like,
and what's the first thing I told you? Do you remember when you said that? I said I'm pulling for that because I'm not normally a crazy future bet. But, like, I've made my share of futures bets before. I had the Browns to win that fucking division in the AFC, whatever they're in.
Oh, same, dude. Oh my God.
Plus 250 preseason. Yeah, I was like, that's giving candy to a baby. I had Embiid to win the MVP last year. Came up just short against with the big European guy from what's his name, from Denver. I don't know.
Not sure.
Jokic, that guy.
Oh, okay.
But he won the MVP last year, and Embiid came in second. So it is what it is. I'm not a big future bettor, but to know that, I think you told me right when you did it.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, 2-3 weeks, or how long ago was it?
I bet it 4.5 weeks or like 5 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I kind of think, I don't know if it was Snapchat or Twitter or something. You sent it to me, like right when you made it. You were like Cooper Cup Super Bowl MVP, and I was like, hey, if the Rams get there, man, I'm pulling for it because
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know.
he deserves it too, man. Like he's
Oh,
having
he is
one
Mr.
hell of a
Production. He is
season.
Mr. Production too. Like, I honestly don't remember a wide receiver like doing this much for their team from a production standpoint since like Antonio Brown, like 2014, 15 Steelers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because how often is it that we get a wide receiver in the NFL getting MVP talks like in the season? And I mean, he wasn't like up there like as a top 3 finalist, but his name was Cooper Cup's name was most certainly floated around the whole year.
Yes. Yep.
But yeah, and what better time? I mean, it happens obviously. Now the haters are going to look at you and say, okay, well, if Cooper Cup is catching 2 touchdowns, that means Matthew Stafford's throwing 2 touchdowns, and you know how much they love to give it to the quarterback instead. But no, I'm with you there. I'm a big fan of Matthew Stafford, but I think Cooper Cup elevates him even more. And I think if you don't see that, you need to stop watching football.
Fun fact: they eat breakfast together. So.
Oh yeah,
Funny,
I was gonna say
fun,
they're like neighbors or something. Like at 5 a.m. or something, they get up and start watching film together before they work out. Like that's craziness.
Yeah, that's duo connection right
And
there,
like,
buddy.
it's the whole like fighter kind of thing too. It's like it's hard to wake up and want to train when you're sleeping in silk pajamas and stuff. You know what I mean? Like but you got to have that mentality, man. And that's why they're in the fucking Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
All right, so last thing, what do you think? Final score of the game.
Oh, dude. Okay. Like I said, I want scoring, so I'm taking like, and I want it to be close. If I had to throw out my closest prediction, 31-28, Shooter McPherson for the
Oh
game.
God.
That's it. That's been the story of the Bengals kind of here playing from behind, getting in field goal. Joe Burrow puts them in field goal range to get in, to win the game, and McPherson comes out and knocks it down. So I'm feeling without the snow, I'm feeling, kind of Patriots Vinatieri-esque, Brady Vinatieri kind of the finish. Brady's gonna come put them in, Vinatieri's putting it away.
Final score for me, man. See, I'm in a couple block pools, and I really want to end it like this one number, but it's probably not going to happen because we have me and Everly on this one pool, we have 9-8. So I mean, that's gonna be pretty tough.
Obviously, the Everly you're referring to is Alex Everly. Like I said earlier, from the Book It podcast. I would love to have Everly. I said this to you before the show. Before we started recording, I would love to have Everly, not even like football. I mean, he could come talk football whenever he wants. Yeah. I would Everly open invitation for Alex Everly. If he wants to come talk basketball, football, baseball, anything, he could. March Madness. Like I want to go crazy. March Madness. I got a bunch of guys for that, but Everly's definitely up there for that. So
yeah, that's my son. So yep.
All right. Well, we'll wrap this up. Did you give your score? What was it? One more time.
All right, we're gonna go. We're gonna go with I gotta go with that 9-8 though, man. We're gonna go 39-28 Rams.
28. All right. So you got 39-28 Rams. I got 31-28 Bengals. This has been the second episode of the Pick Fiend podcast. I thank you, Richie, for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I hope everybody has a good day. I hope we all win some bets.